What's going on is Mr. Little Known Facts, giving you food for thought, so nibble on that. Well, he's here to facilitate slang. We talk hip hop, yeah, we true to our name. So here we go. Let the trumpets blow and hold on, because the host of the podcast is a pro. The rule is back. You already know what it is, man. What's going on? What's going on? It's the OGs, not the old heads podcast, man. Name change, but we doing the same thing. Actually, we doing it better. You know what I'm saying? I go by the name of Octane.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, just sure. You know.
Yeah, it's Octane and Suge, man. Y'all already know what it is, yo. OGs, not old heads. We going by a brand new name. But like I said, we delivering the same, if not better, content for you guys. We really appreciate you being here. Let me cue this music up real quick, too. Let's get this music going. All right. Yeah, man, we back for another week, delivering y'all that hip-hop news. The best in hip-hop news, I should say. You know what I mean?
So, the best.
Man, it's been a good couple of weeks, man. Needed a little break. Suge was under the weather. We were just talking about under the weather and where that came from. But it started making sense when we started talking about it, because I guess we always under the weather. Literally all under the weather.
I guess so.
So when are you not under the weather though?
When I'm overstanding.
When you're overstanding.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Peace.
I guess I overstand that. Yeah, but good to see you back. You know what I'm saying? Feeling better. You got the daddy hat on, like you about to channel in later on towards the end of the podcast and get this dad joke that I'm ready to deliver.
That's the mode I'm in.
That's what's up, yo. But yeah, man, it's the OGs Not Old Head podcast. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing the podcast wherever you listen, watching on YouTube. We appreciate the love. We will be changing our YouTube channel. Unfortunately, Gmail does not let you change your email up, and we have to get a new email. So we're going to create a new YouTube channel. So we're going to need you guys to like and subscribe on that. I will have that link available. Follow me on all socials at Octane, OKTANE. Where can they find you at, Suge?
That's all socials. That sounds cool. At Suge _Hill, SHUG_HILL.
And follow us on Instagram, the Big Umbrella, at OGs Not Old Heads on Instagram. All right. Since we got all that out the way and the salutations and everything, let's get right into it, Suge. This week.
Bro. You about to get to a bag, because the way you do all of that intro and stuff and all of that, I'm just like, yo, I want to get to it. I want to get those, baby.
Hey man, look. One thing I learned about this whole internet thing is, like, you gotta put the socials out at the beginning. You hope for people to stay on for the whole episode, but sometimes people log off and they forget where they got the content from. So you give them your socials in the beginning so they'll remember. Let me go follow right now, and then if I gotta come back later, at least I follow the pages. So that's what I've learned here. So
okay, free game.
I appreciate your anxiousness to get right into it, because I'm anxious too, man. I want to know what you listening to, Suge. What you got?
Hey, I am listening to Ransom. Let me say that again. I'm listening to Ransom and Conway the Machine, produced by V Don. Chaos is my ladder 2.
Shout out to V Don.
Yeah, definitely. V Don is a name that we're familiar with. Dope beats. And I'll preface this by saying I am a fan of 90s hip-hop music, street music, grimy beats, you know what I'm saying? Grimy lyrics, you know what I'm saying? That is my preferred lane when I'm listening to music. So right here is perfect for what I wanted to hear. I got bars being exchanged from two of the toughest guys in the rap game. especially when it comes to being barific. They definitely bring sheesh analogies, metaphors. What else you got in there? Punchlines, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all backed by V Don. So Chaos is my ladder part 2 is what I'm listening to.
Yeah, man, I gotta give a big shout out to V Don. I'm gonna deliver a little known fact. Me and V Don went to high school together out in Virginia. He from Harlem. Another transplant at the time, but he stayed for a couple years and went back up to New York and started cooking up and got his name up producing. Man, I'm super proud of that guy. So it's dope to see him with artists that I respect. You know what I'm saying? Working on a lot of projects, man. He's well respected in the industry. So shout out to V Don.
Yeah, man. Shout out to V Don. This is sheesh. It's dope. It's dope. So let me get to my single, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listening to Dochi, Nissan Altima.
That was my single a couple weeks back.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. I tried to think about what I was. Well, what I wanted to put up here, right? And I'm mostly viewing the video. The video is also dope because it has the TDE guys in there.
Yup.
And
That love.
it's just to a point now where it's one of those songs that's stuck in my head. And I think she got next. Like the way she's spitting is sheesh.
I love songs that when the songs start, the artist just go in. Like she didn't get that beat no time to breathe. As soon as it dropped, she on it.
Yeah. And I mean, every time I listen to it, I'm like, dang, she's spitting. Like that's the only thing I could think about. I just like, she's spitting. I'm like, golly, what's going on here? So I had to shout Dochi out with Nissan Altima. I know she just dropped a project also, but when I say singles too, I'm also viewing the video too. This one is heavy on the visuals, like I said, with TDE in there.
Mm-hmm. Alligator Bites Never Heal. It's a dope project. It's not she's considering it a mixtape, but I'm like, this is an album to me. But I'm a respect it for what she calls it because it's all original music. You know what I'm saying? Our vision of our view of what a mixtape is like freestyles and then a couple songs that might be yours. But in this day and age, I guess it's just different. But have you listened to the whole project?
No, not yet. Which
Bro.
is
listen to that joint.
Yeah, definitely up next. So I wouldn't be surprised if that pops up on this show.
Yeah, she's definitely versatile. She's got a lot of styles and she does a thing all through that project, man. There's no skips on there for me. And I don't like to do a gender thing, but sometimes you just gotta do it. And as far as like a lady MC, she's really up there already with me. Like new generation for sure. She with that one project, I'm like, nah, she's killing it. Like haven't heard nothing like that's got me that excited in a while, and that's overboard. Period, male or female, but definitely she up there. So shout out to Dochi.
Yeah, man.
That's you right there. That's your single on your album.
Yes, sir.
My turn. I took it back, man. I took it back 30 years on my single and my album. I stay with the same artist for both because I'm celebrating one of my favorite MCs ever, and that's the Notorious B.I.G. His album Ready to Die just turned 30 a couple weeks back. It's one of my favorite albums, one of the first hip-hop albums I really got into when I was able to buy my own CDs. Got Ready to Die, and I learned that joint, you know what I'm saying? So I went with Ready to Die. It's just a classic, man. Like when you talk about classic debut albums,
pour it on. Pause. Pour it on.
I'm
loving it. Pour it on. I'm loving it.
Oh, I thought you said hold on. I was like, wait, you trying to tell me?
Keep going. Pour it on. That's what I'm saying. I'm loving it.
I thought you was about to tell me that wasn't his debut album. Nah, but it just has so many classic songs on there, like One More Chance and Juicy, Big Papa, Warning. You know what I'm saying?
That's the One More Chance original song, not the remix.
Yeah, not the remix, the One More Chance original. You're definitely right. Um, Classic album, just top to bottom, gave you everything you needed in a New York Brooklyn artist project. Like he set the standard with that. So shout out to Biggie, rest in peace, Biggie. Um, and then my single, I picked Unbelievable off of that album. I just love the way that beat just dropped. Dun 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 dun. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Live from Bedford Stuyvesant, like just let you know he repping BK to the fullest. Like, ew, just all over. Like one of my favorite Biggie songs ever.
Yo,
It makes me feel good anytime I listen to it. Like it's one of them ones.
Mr. Little Known Facts, check this out. I want to shout out that song Unbelievable, which was on a DJ Clue mixtape.
Mm.
If I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it was DJ Clue, early out. In which I also want to shout out my man Malik Bowie, Red Summer TV, who did a documentary on mixtapes. Um,
Mm.
I'm just thinking about how I was hearing DJ Clue on that particular documentary talk about things like how he was getting all the new exclusive songs, and that was one of the songs, Unbelievable, that was part of the rollout for Big. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man. That's
Wow.
that's the one right there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's my joint. Love that song. Love the what with Method Man. Like, but that's the one for me. Unbelievable. Like that song. I clean my whole house to that joint on repeat. So shout out to Biggie.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Biggie. 30 years later, man, we still celebrating his life. He's still one of in the top 5 of many hip hop fans top 5 list. So I definitely had to shout out that album.
Live from Bedford Stuyvesant.
If I could ask you, is that your favorite song, or what's your favorite song from that album?
My favorite song in a mainstream weird way is always gonna be Juicy from
Okay.
B.I.G. I just like the way I feel like if you're introducing someone to rap, that would be the song that sums it up in a universal way. In a universal way. But yeah, on that particular album, also though, that the what was mean because a lot of these joints got stories behind them. Like, you know, the Wu-Tang really didn't step out to do features with other artists
Right.
outside of the clan.
Right.
And I'm paraphrasing, I guess, if that's the word, but Method Man was like, nah, bro, it's going down. I'm gonna do this feature over here.
Mhm.
And the guys were kind of upset at him for that, for breaking protocol.
Was this before the whole drama with him in the album cover and Raekwon and Ghost having an issue with him as well?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
That was on, gosh, I wish I could shout them out where I did see that tidbit. I know it was DJ Clark Kent. Gosh, I could be here all day talking about where I saw somebody talking about Tory's Big. I've been watching so many documentary shows and behind the scenes footage and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, just for reference and for knowledge purposes, people that don't know, rappers Raekwon and Ghostface Killer had an issue with Biggie.
a skit.
A skit. Was that on Only Built for Cuban Links?
Yes.
Yeah, it was on Only Built for Cuban Links by Raekwon, and he's talking about Biggie basically stealing Nas's album cover and stealing their album cover too, or stealing something else from them.
It was some subliminals.
Yeah, so subliminals they was throwing at Biggie and for copying their style and copying other rappers' styles.
You talking about they took Nas joint. Nas's album cover with the baby face.
Yeah, the baby face, because Biggie had the baby with the afro.
Nobody sounding or looking like me or none of mine. You know what I don't like none of that.
Cause I'm telling you, yo, y'all don't remember, man. Back in them days, biting somebody's style, don't matter if it's their rap flow or the way they dress, was a real issue, and you will get your you will
Yeah,
get your
yeah,
issue.
yeah. They been on for Nas. They been on for Nas albums and all that.
They saying name, but they talk about one person.
Right. Nah, they talk. First of all, they talking about Diddy and Biggie. So anything.
Oh, like okay,
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. In hindsight, though, I
It
think
was
if
extremely
time would have
competitive.
went on, time would have went on. Raekwon and Raekwon and Biggie probably would have ended up doing the song together. Like they would have grew up from that. But it
They
was
said they spoke about it. I saw. That's what I'm saying, man. All this. I'm not the person to specify where I saw it, but I know I heard it from the horse's mouth that they was like, "Yo, they really was trying to make amends behind all that because it wasn't
before
that."
Biggie passed.
Yeah, it was like, yo, it was one of them things where they just had to meet each other, pretty much.
Word. And that's what definitely back in them days, this is what happened a lot of times. There wasn't no social media. You kind of just ran into people.
Yeah.
And that could have been a conversation. So shout out to Method for that too, because that's one of my favorite verses. I mean, they back and forth is one of my favorites. Like tag, yeah, they did that thing on the what. So to everybody that has not listened, if you fans of us, then you probably have listened to that album Ready to Die, but anybody that hasn't, check the album out for sure.
Suicidal Thoughts. He actually wanted Machine Gun Funk. That's another one. He wanted Machine Gun Funk to be his single, like his first single, his lead single. Like,
Yeah, they was bugging. Ain't nobody in their right mind in the early 90s about to put no song on called Machine Gun anything. It'd be on the radio.
Just Me and My.
Yeah.
Got that track up there. Golly. Nah, man. Shout out to Big and Ready to Die. One of my favorite. One of hip hop's greatest albums ever.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, you know they about to drop some Timbs too in honor of Biggie. Because you know how he says Timbs to my hooligans in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So on I guess to celebrate, even though Hypnotize ain't on the album, they are celebrating Biggie by making some custom made Timberlands. I saw them already. I know they're gonna sell out. I ain't even thinking about getting a pair of them, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't wear them. I wear them for like a photo shoot maybe, but they would have to go into like a glass box or something like that.
I don't be knowing about Timberland and their collabs, man. Anything is possible.
They got the Louis Vuitton joint with and Pharrell might have Pharrell had nothing to do with that. He not with Timberland. But Pharrell did the Louis Vuitton collaboration. That's a hip hop collab that they did. And I guess they doing the joint with Biggie. So shout out to them. Hopefully all the proceeds go to his family. His legacy. So yeah, man. Gotta celebrate the legends, man. Gotta celebrate the legends. And speaking of legends, as we move on and talk about what's floating down our timeline. First thing I want to do is tell all of you guys you're weirdos, because we're not even touching on the subject past me really saying this. You're weird if you reposted that Shannon Sharp joint. You mad weird dude, whoever you are talking to you. If you reposted that joint, reevaluate your life. Okay.
Funny. I never thought of. I mean, as a content creator, do you have to?
I don't know, man. I guess I wouldn't say you have to. I guess it's the type of content that you create. But me as a grown man, I couldn't see myself reposting another man engaging in the activities that Shannon Sharp was engaging in. And it ain't the type of content I'm trying to put out there and share.
Understood.
But yeah, man, on a very much lighter note, Kendrick Lamar has taken over 2024, bro. I don't even feel shame and constantly talking about somebody that's always making news. You know what I'm saying? You're making big moves. We gotta talk about it. And it's big moves for the culture. So I believe that we gotta speak on it. So Kendrick Lamar recently got announced as the halftime talent for the Super Bowl.
He did.
Is
Congrats.
it deserved? Did he deserve to be the pick for this 2025 Super Bowl halftime show?
Most definitely. He's having the best year hip hop wise, because I know they got other genres, you know. But nah, he's having a great year, so he definitely deserves it. He's having the best year hip hop wise.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, I don't know who's bigger than him right now in the hip hop world.
Hold on. Pause it.
And the only other person that I could really see bigger than him for real is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like a Post Malone with the country. But other than that, like Kendrick Lamar up there. And he's being talked about across the board.
So, every content creators page, every streamer's clickbait, every YouTuber's headline.
Yep.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, man. And actually, shout out to you for putting me on to Kendrick Lamar, because last podcast you was talking about I put you on the ASAP Rocky. So I'm gonna just give you flowers back in return and let the people know that, yeah, man, you definitely put me on to Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome, man. Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick doing his thing right now, so I'm just happy to see it. And hey guys, I'm still a fan of Drake. But
yeah, it's like you gotta give that disclaimer nowadays, right? Because,
yeah, like
the Drake fans, bro, they're acting like Swifties. They're acting like the Beehive. They're acting like the Barbs.
Yeah,
who else?
Man.
Rabid fans that like are super biased and they will pull up.
It's nasty nowadays. Like I really be like, bro, like I never was like, yo, I don't like Nas because him and Jay-Z is going after each other. I bought Stillmatic and I bought The Blueprint. Like I bought both of them albums and I love them both. Like
the people is like, yo, you like Kendrick? Drake fans are like, yo, you like Kendrick? Yo, what's up, bro? I heard you talking about that song in your podcast. I'm like, oh, relax, bro. I'm supposed to. What you mean?
What do you mean, bro?
What's wrong with liking Kendrick?
Ain't nothing wrong, man. Ain't nothing wrong with whoever you like, bro. But we're not about to be like getting at each other like that. People gotta chill, man.
Yeah, man.
We all love this music thing. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to like both, man. That's the beauty of it.
The whole thing about the Super Bowl and Wayne and Baby and Nicki Minaj being upset.
See, that just puts another layer on the onion. You know what I'm saying? Like now we got Nicki Minaj reacting to it because the whole conversation comes up. Jay-Z's hating on Lil Wayne.
Cam and Mace
saying like, and then it's like, damn, Cam, Mace is still holding a grudge against Jay.
Yeah,
that's obvious. As much as Cam, I think, tries to say that he rock with Jay, I don't know.
He's loyal to Harlem and Mace, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? There's still
it's just always look. If you're not from New York, you just don't understand. Like out of all of the boroughs and areas of New York, I feel like Harlem and Brooklyn always have a thing. It's just like always. It's like cousins, like some cousins thing. Like you love each other, but it's still like, nah, Brooklyn more tougher, and Harlem like, yo, we fly though, and we crack jokes. Like we gonna crack on you, da, 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 da. And Brooklyn is just like, nah, but we'll beat you up though.
Yeah,
and that's and I feel like
taking it.
Yeah, so it's like it's always this little tension. It's love, but it's tension, and I think that that's always been the thing. I think Mace, when it comes to that Mace thing, I think the Mace thing is just like, all right, you was throwing subs at me early in my career, this, that, and the third, and The thing with Jay being Cam and them's boss essentially over at Rockefeller, there was always tension there because they felt like, yo, Dame is really who brought us in. We loyal to him, type of thing, and you still trying to son us. So there's
It's a
that.
whole history. It's a whole history, like you said.
Yeah, and it goes back to the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It goes back almost 30 years.
Mhm.
And then what else? We just mentioned, like, then you got Birdman having issues with Hove too, because Jay tried to sign Lil Wayne at a time, and he took it a certain way. Probably mostly because he was mad at Wayne, and then he's like, "Oh nah, then you gonna go sign to this New York dude," and he's seen Wayne was probably gonna come up crazy and get away from that situation, and he kind of stomped on that. So instead of just to make him look worse, it's like, oh nah, Jay-Z's hating on Lil Wayne, when in actuality, when you look at the paperwork, Birdman was kind of taking money from Wayne at a certain point and stopping his progress. So that's a crazy take on it. And then Nicki Minaj, I definitely understand you being upset about the situation, because that's your idol, your mentor. But why do you care? Like, why do you care so much? For real. You can't care more than somebody else do, and you gotta let them express themselves really first before you jump out the window and start making accusations and saying wow, incoherent stuff with your tweets.
Wild, 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 wild.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess so. You see the people that there's people that talk loud and there's people that make moves. See
right.
what's going on here? You got people that's on Twitter, and you got people that's handling business.
Yeah, and it's like at a certain point, I would expect more. Like from Nicki Minaj, I expect more from you at this point. Like, you a seasoned artist, a seasoned veteran in the game. You shouldn't be commenting and tweeting on everything that goes on. Like, you just shouldn't. It should be a phone call. You should have. Why don't you have that access to make a phone call and see what's going on for real, instead of being upset? And then Wayne, I mean, you be on YouTube, you be on socials, you seen, like, it's just, I think there's a lot of things that surround Lil Wayne and his character. Like when they was talking, like people bring up like the Black Lives Matter thing, or him just sticking up for the black causes and things like that. That's very important to us. Like, we love the fact that he's a dope lyricist, but when you go out and people telling you, talking about certain stuff that impact our community, and you always link it back to, well, there's a white officer that saved my life, so I don't think that white people can be racist, or that America can be racist, or I'm rich, so I don't think America could be racist. What's a black? And then you downplaying stuff like, what's a Black Lives Matter? And then you pulling out a red flag, and then it's like, oh yeah, this is what I'm loyal to. That's kind of bugged out. That's like, this is what I'm connected to. It's just like certain things that surround you and being put on that type of platform. Look what happens when you don't get the position. What happens when you do get that position and that stuff starts to come out? How's that going to look to a person like Jay-Z that's at a certain level in their life? You know what I'm saying? I could see if that was like 20, 30 years ago, but that's maybe like less than 10 years when these things that you've been saying have been said. So it's like, we can't even really say you removed from that. And then also, to top everything off, Kendrick Lamar is literally the biggest artist right now. He really is.
Yeah.
So, and then he's about that. He's about the culture. He's about his people. And I feel like a person like Jay-Z gonna look to that and be like, that's probably the better look right now. If I'm gonna be on my early stages and on the first 5-10 stages of me choosing artists to perform at the Super Bowl.
Somebody mad. You mad.
You mad. In the words of Cameron.
Yeah, man, you didn't get selected, man. It is what it is. It just, work harder. Maybe we'll see you next year. You might get to perform at the Miami Super Bowl. You live in Miami, bro. Miami, Wayne. You know, hopefully
I
that
think
was for you in Cash Money, Drake, Nicki Minaj. I could all have y'all show on stage and be happy.
there's no reason that Lil Wayne can't get hot again. He can work with any artist that he wants to. He can get himself back on that track, and I would make that a mission of mine if that's really what I care about. And like they say, I think there's only a few artists that really got to perform in their city. I mean, that thing with Prince doing it in Minneapolis, there's not that many artists from Minneapolis that we can really name on that level of Prince. There's more artists from New Orleans. There's a lot of artists from New Orleans that can perform at the Super Bowl. So I just think we just gotta understand, man, what makes sense. And what made the most sense was to have Kendrick Lamar there. He's the biggest, like we said, he's the biggest most popping artist from hip hop culture right now. Jay-Z is the one that's doing the picking, and it makes sense. It just does. We want to see Kendrick perform.
There's some
People
great area with Jay-Z doing the picking too. Like that's what I'm saying. Everything ain't as cut and dry with this
It
information
can
that
never
we're
be
getting.
just one person, bro. It might be Jay-Z final say, but it's never just one person. Like, what makes
I'm
y'all think that?
hearing the nominees went in and the city kind of voted on it. I mean,
I
even
just saw
when
something that came out today that said that it was Jay-Z's pick as well.
that's what I'm saying. It's look, man.
But even if it is, I still don't ever believe it. For something that big, for them just to be calling Jay-Z and be like, "Hey, Jay, who is your pick for this year's Super Bowl halftime show?" And that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
And I think the person that performs at the halftime show actually pays to perform at the halftime show as well.
Hmm?
Yeah, I think the artist that actually goes and does the halftime show pays for it. So yeah,
Uh,
it's not a paid thing.
was Drake offered a chance to do the Super Bowl previous to this? Allegedly,
That's
rumored.
the word on the street is that he was asked a few times to perform. And I think it's okay. So and I'm sorry, I'm looking it up as we speaking, but yeah, they
Well,
don't
I'll tell
they
you.
they don't pay the artist. Maybe the artist doesn't pay, but the artist doesn't get paid. So you're doing it for free. But I mean, obviously it's not for free. You're gonna get exposure. You're gonna get paid in so many other ways to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. But yeah. So maybe Drake just like, yo, I ain't doing no performance for free. Or he just not ready to do that. It ain't like he can't do it. He got hits for days. So it's not like his catalog don't match up. So that just might be what it is, yo.
All right, I just want to hear your opinion on that.
So yeah, shout out to Kendrick. And he just dropped a song called Watch the Party Die. Or with the Black Air Forces. I'm not sure if you listened to that yet.
I've listened to it over and over again, and initially, what happened is, um, I love my guys. I love my guys. I love my circle, my village.
Mhm.
Um, because now I'm the Kendrick guy or whatever. So they're like, "What you think of it?" And I'm like, "It's dope. It's fire. What
People
do
want
you?"
it to suck.
And I asked them what they think of it,
Uh,
knowing I already know what they think of it
hmm
because it doesn't have a bop. He spoiled
Right.
them with the bop. He spoiled them with the not like us because it was like, yo, I'm tired of hearing y'all, man. Y'all don't get it. So here you go. And now they think that that Kendrick is gonna make bops all the time now because that's what they want. No, bro. He went
Nah, it's not him.
and did what he do, and I think he's changing the paradigm. Oh, wait. So, like I said, I knew that they wasn't gonna like it because it ain't have a bop to it. And I've actually seen somebody reaction and they just like they didn't even get past the first verse, and I'm like, yeah, there's just some people that are just Kendrick haters and Drake lovers.
Yeah.
Is what it
See,
is. They don't see anything outside of that Drake bubble.
see, I like I had a conversation with my man A Plus, with our man A Plus about it. And A Plus is like, I feel like he, like we kind of be like, I think me and him are on the same page. Like sometimes like the Kendrick image to like the hardcore Kendrick fans and like the hoteps want to be like, you know what I'm saying, super like, yo, everything he say is truth and all this. And I'm like, nah, he spits, he got ill verses, but you can't get swept up because Kendrick is very strategic. He knows what he's doing with this, and I think it's very, very smart the way that he's moving. But some people, just like the Drake fans, they feed into it too much. But I don't think it's a whack record. I think it's definitely like, it kind of remind me of like a Dear Summer, the way he's doing. Like it kind of reminds me of that. Like something to think about before we get into grimy season. Like here's one before
Yeah.
because it's gonna get darker. He's like, here's one more. And the holiday thing that he's doing, dropping stuff on holidays.
Yeah, because there's people on YouTube that have a timeline of what the next holidays are, and they're gonna drop.
He dropped something on Halloween, on OVO season.
Yo, the people that don't like the song, those are the people he's actually talking about in the song.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's weird because it's like you don't know he's talking about you. So
right.
It's like, weird.
Because
they didn't listen to it. They just skimmed through it.
Mm-hmm.
Skimmed through it and was like, oh nah, this ain't it. And they happy. They like, yo, and they not like us. Like, right. You seen this and Drake again.
Right. And I think when it comes to like name dropping, I think Drake is gonna be the only person he like name drops. The rest of them is like, yo, you know I'm talking about you. You know I'm talking about you.
No round twos.
Yeah, ain't no round twos.
So now you just
oh man, we glazed over. We didn't even say nothing about that Super Bowl commercial. But yeah, he did his thing with that halftime commercial, little subliminals he was throwing in there.
Yeah, man, it's Kendrick season, to say the least.
It is, man. We're about to get an incredible Kendrick album because Not Like Us got to land on some type of album.
Hey, hot take, right?
What's up?
Rest in peace to my man, Young Dolph. Kendrick is a student of the game. He's actually he sees everything. He's one of those people that watches.
He's a scholar.
Yeah. Well, at this point, it's so about the Young Dolph stuff. When Young Dolph got into the incident, the 100 Shots, the album, the Young Dolph dropped, it had basically everything there as far as all of this is lined up. 100 Shots, You Missed, Try Again, like those are the songs or whatever. And I think that's where Kendrick is going with this album. With the stuff that he's been dropping, it's all aligned to an ultimate, like, this album is some sort, and not just this and Drake per se.
Like, oh yeah.
Like he's that mentally insane, evil genius, diabolical is the word they're using.
He's a Gemini, man. He got the good twin and the evil twin. He in evil twin mode right now.
That's where I think it's going. I think it's it's going to be a lot of shots on there.
Yeah, it is, man.
Like you said, if he catch a flight, it's going to be direct. So,
and he's definitely, I mean, he's sewn up for that Grammy single, at least hip hop single of the year. It's going to be Not Like Us. Might be performance of the year, hip hop performance of the year too. He's going to get a few. So yeah, man. Looking bleak. It's
Kendrick season and it's hoodie season.
It's hoodie season, man. This is my first podcast with a hoodie on, yo. You know what I'm saying?
It's Black Air Force One season.
I might have some Black Air Forces on. I might. had some black Air Forces on.
So, so now I can picture me buying some black Air Force Ones. I actually want them with some white laces.
Yeah. Okay.
I can picture my buddy saying, "Oh, so now you're trying to dress like Kendrick Lamar."
And now let me say my piece on black Air Forces too, because they've been just getting a bad rap for the last few years. There was never a time that black Air Forces was not cool. There was never a time they was always fire. I might get a pair for the winter time.
I disagree
put a
with
bad
you.
rap on the black Air Forces, y'all.
I don't think. See, I think with the black Air Forces, people was wearing them down because they was black, and I guess they thought you could.
They don't look as dirty as the white ones when you get them.
Yeah, so it caught a bad rap for a second. But like I said, I want to get some black ones, treat them like some white Air Force Ones, except I want to switch out the laces. I've seen that done before. Yeah, man, I want to give it a
bring them
give
back.
it a twist. Give it a twist.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about the same thing that happened with Timberlands when Jay and Drake was talking about we off that. Talking about some Tims we off that. What?
That was a wild era.
That didn't last long. That didn't age well at all.
Jay-Z had the hot hand, and that's what we call a heat check because he made them switch up. He made them put on the jerseys.
That's the second time.
And then he made them put on the button-ups.
We did the jersey, the button-ups.
He was like, heat check. Let me see if I can talk about we off Tims. He was like, heat check. Let's see how this goes. And Drake was like, yeah.
Of course. Bro, I'm going to say, yeah. I don't care what Jay-Z say when I'm in the studio with him, yup. Yeah, ho. Nah. Yeah, ho. I ain't wearing no Tims this year.
I had to see enough of the memes to say, yeah, I guess I should have took the 500,000 too, because at one point I probably was like, yo, I'll take the dinner with Jay-Z. But I would have been a dumbass, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad the memes got me up to speed and was like, bro, take the 500,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If that conversation came up again, bro, I'm taking the 500K. I always was with the 500K, because I mean, at least I can set my own path and end up in the same room. I have enough confidence with 500K to set my own path and get me in the same room as a Jay-Z one day, rather than me having a couple $100 in my bank account and meeting Jay-Z and then walking away with a free dinner and a conversation. I mean, that conversation's still worth a lot, but you know what I mean? I'd rather have that bread and have a conversation later.
How much is it worth? You said it's not worth.
I'm gonna call it priceless.
You said it's not worth 500,000 though.
No.
1,000.
Maybe. All right. I might word that wrong. I'm not saying that a conversation with Jay-Z isn't worth 500,000, but if that $500,000 isn't in my hand, it's a different story. I think that conversation with Jay-Z is actually priceless, because I don't know what type of knowledge that I can gain from that meeting, but I have more confidence in me having the actual money in my hand.
Oh no, I need the money. So
at the time, then like being like, oh yeah, if I meet Jay-Z, then I can go fill out this form and do this and then ask for this loan. Like, nah, give me 500,000, and then I find a way. I'm gonna find my way. But yeah, what we got next, man? Let's hit these other topics real quick. Football season back, man.
Bittersweet. I'm an Eagles fan, and we just took a tough loss. So we are 1-1, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
At least y'all got one.
The new addition. Oh well.
At least y'all got one. Man, we lost to the Vikings. Y'all, like all my closest people is in the NFC. And we lost to the Vikings. That's my man Andrew Hype's team right there. And then we lost to the Commanders. That's my fiance's team. So it's like
when you say we, as in you, that's you and the Giants.
Yeah, The New York Football Giants.
Yeah. You was ashamed to say that, bro.
I didn't mention my team. I didn't say the name of my team.
You was not trying to say the Giants. You just kept trying to say we as
So yeah, the Giants, we lost, man. We 0-2. We 0-2, man. But I don't know when we play the Eagles, but that may be our first win. So let's see how that pans out.
Wishful thinking, bro. Wishful thinking. I'll put it on that one.
Nah, it's crazy. It's all right. We got a slow start to the season. We'll get it back. We rebuilding for real. We rebuilding. We've done it before. We could do it again. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my team. I've been watching some college football too. It's been getting type crazy with the college football. I'm just starting to really get into it more and more over the years. So I don't have a team yet, but I'm gonna end up having one soon. I'm gonna keep following and seeing what's going on. I feel like if I bet on sports, I would have a better view of what teams I need to be following for real.
Yeah, it's a lot going on in college, so
it's so many teams. There's just so many teams. But now, yo, even outside of the teams that we like, that Kansas City Bengals game the other night was crazy. The way that game, Patty Mahomes is a different type of animal. Like the way that man can get the ball paused in somebody's hands on a fourth down and like make it happen is wow, bro. Like I don't even understand how you could do it, but that's a champion mindset. Shout out to Eric Thomas. I watched the video with him today. He's talking to this team about the champion mindset, man. So he just got that. He locked in. Patty Mahomes is a freaking problem.
Mahomes.
Yes, sir. We gotta talk about this, man. Diddy got arrested. It was gonna happen one day. I mean, once the feds raid your crib, it's only a matter of time before you get arrested. They gonna at least arrest you. They ain't gonna waste all that tax money just to not arrest you eventually. But they arrested Diddy. He's got a lot of he's gonna have a hard couple of years ahead, man. It's not looking good for the boy.
Oh man, I don't know what to say about that. I don't like to ever see anyone, in that predicament. If you do the crime, you do the time. So I'm pretty sure he'll have his day in court to be presumed innocent or guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I really gotta say about that, man. I wanted to bring it up just for the fact that like we know what happened, but we're gonna see how this thing plays out. It is a sad thing to see, especially seeing people you grew up watching and admiring at a time, and then like to see the things that they're being accused of and might actually be real. It's sad to see. And it sucks. It's not a good look for them. It's not a good look for their family. It's not a good look at all. And shout out to the victims. You know what I'm saying? We've seen what happened with Cassie, so she's definitely a victim. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody that's been, you know what I'm saying, violated by another person, whether it's in a sexual way,
verbal
way. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool. So, man, let's just be better to each other. That's all I'm saying. And for the people that just ego driven, you know what I'm saying? Hurt people. And that's a real thing. He got some demons for sure. So justice will prevail probably in the near future, but this is probably going to be the next headline thing for 2025. I think they're going to wrap up this YSL case soon. That's going to get finished. I don't think they're going to be able to hold Young Thug and him in jail for much longer. They don't really have, from what it looks like, they don't have much on him. So they're not able to turn over no witnesses and nothing like that. So I think that's really going to be over soon, and hopefully those guys, if they not guilty of those crimes, end up getting out. So we'll see what happens with this with this YSL and this Diddy situation coming up. Man, we were just talking about Jay-Z too, yo. Let's get back to that. Jay-Z and Mike Rubin just opened up a Fanatic sports betting location in New Jersey. Sports betting is really big right now. Jay-Z's got his hands in every pot that you can think of. I just saw him cut the ribbon for that joint the other day, cut the tape. And all I can say is, man, shout out to Jay-Z, man. One of my idols. It's just awesome to see him continually making moves, and just bossing up. And people always trying to find a way to discredit this man or say some Illuminati stuff or blah 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 blah. When why can't we just, like, if he wasn't in the spotlight, you know how many other black millionaires there are? There are some other black millionaires, and they don't get talked down about. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't know them, but because you know who Jay-Z is, quote unquote. But he's making the moves that should be made, and we should be watching them, admiring them, and applauding that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an awesome thing to see. So I definitely want to shine some light on Hove cracking open that brand new sports betting location in New Jersey. It's gonna be wild. You're gonna see a lot of celebrities up in that joint, a lot of champagne toast, and it's gonna be crazy, man. One of the illest moves of 2024.
Yeah, man. That guy's a business. That guy's a business, man. He's serious about his business. So
he really is. It's
You're
crazy to see that. Man, some sad news. We've been losing legends left and right, bro. It seemed like the end of August and September had just been like back to back to back to back to back. People just passing away. So I just want to throw out these RIPs real quick. Tito Jackson, he passed away. I think he had a heart attack. Frankie Beverly, he just recently retired, and I mean like within the last couple months, and hired a replacement for himself to go on the road and perform. And he's gone. They did a big celebration for him in New Orleans. But I mean, we've all heard Before I Let Go. If you know anything from Frankie Beverly and Maze, you know Before I Let Go. You know that song, you know, to do the electric slide when that joint goes on. We just gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that song ring off forever. So shout out to Frankie Beverly, all the contributions he's made. Tito Jackson with the Jackson 5. We lost James Earl Jones, the legendary actor, the legendary voice, man. Lost him. We're talking about Star Wars, Darth Vader. We talking The Sandlot. We talking Mufasa and the Lion King. We talking about King Jaffe Joffa coming to America. Like legend. Lost him the other day, and then the youngest brother that we lost, unfortunately, to substance use, was Rich Homie Quan. He spoke many times about himself having a substance use issue, and he unfortunately passed away. The autopsy hasn't officially come out, but the speculation is that he died from substance use complications. So it's sad to see a young man go out in that way, and it's one of those things that's very big. If you have a problem with substance use, it's a hard thing to kick. For one thing, it's not easy. We shouldn't treat people like we shouldn't treat or look down on people with substance use issues. We should treat them like people that need care. They need help. And I'm not saying he was looked down on that, but I think that's like the view of most of us in our culture, especially, is looking down on people with substance use issues, and then when these people pass away, then it's like, oh man, this person was this, we love them for that, but were we taking care of that person that we were attached to in that way when they were going through it? Do we really recognize what those things are? So it's really sad to see a young man go out like that. And I want to thank him for all the contributions that he's given to the game, to music. Rich Homie has so many dope joints that we rock with, especially Lifestyle with Young Thug, especially Flex. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a lot of great music, and Atlanta lost a big one. Hip hop lost a big one with that. So rest in peace to all those guys.
Rest in peace.
And lastly, we got some Virginia news.
It's worldwide news. Worldwide news.
It is, but it hits my Virginia heart. Something in the Water festival was supposed to come back. Supposed to be in October, but Pharrell basically pulled the plug on that, which I respect and I understand. I just don't think the promotion was big enough for the festival, and then I think there's something about it being in October rather than it being like towards the summer is kind of off anyway. So yeah, there's a lot going on during that time to be able to throw a festival around in there and have the attendance that you want. So that was a thing, and I ain't gonna lie, and I'm not throwing shots or throwing the person that did the graphics under the bus, but I wasn't feeling the graphics that they tried to put out that went along with it. It just didn't feel right. And then for like a day or two after they dropped the graphics and the ticket sales, Pharrell pretty much pulled the plug and just said he don't feel like it was right. So it's actually postponed until 2025. So hopefully they get it right. They give us, hopefully they announce the lineup early, like somewhere around like February, and get everybody excited for the festival for 2025. So Something in the Water is coming, but not till 2025. And that's gonna wrap up the headlines. Timelines.
The Instagram scroll timelines.
Yes. Sir.
Time of the lines.
So let's roll right along. Suge, let's get into these. Are we doing dream collabs? We doing dream collabs. We doing dream collabs. We doing dream collabs.
Sure.
What's the dream collab, Suge?
Dream collab that I got on deck is Rihanna and Mary J. Blige. I just like both of their styles. They're extremely edgy. I feel like both of them, I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, the Stoop. We go walk to the corner to grab some food or drink, and I feel like any of them can hang out with me over there. You know what I mean? They'd be outside. You know what I'm saying? And they'd fit right in. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't look crazy or nothing to see Mary J. Blige or Rihanna around the way, and that's why I chose them to do this dream collab. I think they would make a dope track.
I respect it. I can definitely see that happening. Who's producing that song?
The producer that I would get on something like this, sheesh, I didn't think about that, but I want to say Pharrell.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Pharrell.
That'd be a good look. I think that'd be a good look.
Yeah.
Well, my dream collab is gonna be Big Pun and That Mexican OT.
Okay. That's his name. That
Mexican OT. Yes.
Okay.
I just think their styles will be crazy together. Like, how animated their flows are, the Latin flavor, you know what I'm saying? I think it will work. I think that I think it would just sound really ill to hear those two together. I might have to get one of my DJ friends to try to make a blend to see what that really sound like. But yeah, give me Big Pun in that Mexican OT. Production wise, I think if I had to choose production on that, would I go with a New York producer, down south producer, or I could say East Coast producer, down south producer? Um, because he has a New York style, but he's from down south, I might have to really say DJ Premier.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing.
I feel like he might be able to do that.
Yeah. I think that's a dope combo. I like that combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that combo. I feel like yeah, Pun would fit that style that Mexican OT has. And you know, that Mexican OT, he's fire, so I'm pretty sure he could keep up. He would be inspired. I feel like he would be inspired.
Yeah.
He would take that as alley oop and slam dunk it.
Yeah, and I always like my thing. I've always respected Texas artists for their lyricism, but like being their own type of lyricism, where it's like they still rapping, they still giving you bars, but it's their style. It's like a Texas style, and I think that lyricism always get plugged in so much to East Coast that it's like, nah, yo, lyricism's wherever. You know what I'm saying? That's why we like Bun B. That's why we like who else we got from down south? J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why we like them. So
and they're really both of them artists are really proud with repping their heritage, their culture.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They epitomize it. So
Exactly.
I mean, in the name you can hear that Mexican OT for one.
Yeah.
And you know, Big Pun's logo has the Puerto Rican flag, and yeah, man. So that's what makes me think that would be a dope. I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So that's our dream collab for this week. Next up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We got the verses. Who you got? Versus who you got? Versus who you got?
Ooh.
I'm gonna let you decide from because this seems like it's gonna put someone as the king of Philly.
Ooh.
So you need to decide between Meek Mill and Beanie Siegel who will win the verses.
Whew. Between Beanie Siegel and Meek Mill. Disclaimer: stop putting S on the end of this man's name. It's Meek Mill. Y'all gotta stop. Between Meek Mill and Joe Budden, y'all gotta stop putting an S at the end of their names, yo. It's been long enough. It's Meek Mill.
Yeah, but I think you're stalling.
I'm stalling.
I think you're stalling.
All right. If I'm picking between Meek Mill and Beanie Siegel,
and it's in versus format of 20 joints. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going with Meek Mill. I'm going with Meek Mill really for one reason. For real. It's because Beanie Siegel don't have a Dreams and Nightmares.
All right.
Beanie Siegel ain't got that one that ring off and it's like everybody know it. You gotta know it.
Which one is that?
Dreams and Nightmares.
Oh, you talking about Meek Mill got that one that ring off and everybody know it.
Yeah.
You saying Beanie Siegel might not have that?
Not that I know of. What's the one that I'm missing if he does have it?
I mean, I think he got some joints. They might not belong to him per se. You know, he was signed to Jay-Z. I'm just saying they got.
I gotta do anything.
What We Do. That's featuring. In the verses, you still get to play a song that you are on.
He doesn't have the most memorable verse. Freeway does.
I'm just putting out that fact that Beanie Siegel got some joints with Jay-Z and state property, things of that nature. Scarface or whatever that are pretty fire. The Locks, Reservoir Dogs, like. And when I say 20, you can name them what they call it, top heavy joints by Meek Mill.
Mm-hmm.
The joints that the 2 or 3 that everybody knows. But then when you get to like 7, 8, 9, 10, you're gonna have to dig into your catalog. That's all I'm saying.
You think it gets cloudy in there?
For Meek Mill, yeah. I think he top heavy. That's all I'm saying. Pause. That's all I'm saying. Beanie Siegel doesn't have the commercial hits, but he's from that era, bro. He got joints that you're familiar with. I think I might have to refresh your memory.
You would have to, because I just don't think he's competing with Meek song wise.
No, I understand.
Album cuts, it might be a different conversation. Like you said, he might be top heavy with the singles, but I just think if it came down to a versus, Meek could hold his own longer with just his own records than Beanie Siegel could.
Yeah, but you tried to throw that in there, just his own records. And
yeah,
that's cool, but that's not how it works. You get to spin the record you are on. The record.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right.
Man, so I'm telling you, once I start sending those off to you, for now we're gonna let the people decide, of course. But behind the scenes, I'll start, texting you them joints. So
Okay, so let's be clear. Let's be clear in the verses. Beanie Siegel versus Meek Mill. I got Meek Mill.
I got Beanie Mac. B-Mac.
All right.
Broad Street Bully.
Okay. People, we need to know what y'all think, man. Vote below this post. Let us know what y'all think. Is it Meek Mill or is it Beanie Siegel in the verses?
Who gets the crown? Who you got? Who gets the crown for Philadelphia?
Yes, it's the fight for Philly.
Yeah, man.
All right. Let's get it. What we got next, Shug? Let's get to that top five. I
was thinking outside the box this one.
Yep. I like this one.
And this top 5 is rappers turned actors.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of them. Shout out to hip hop for, as far as making that another extension of hip hop, moving over to Hollywood and all that. So I'll let you go first this time.
All right. You just said rapper turned actor, but when you made this joint, you said rapper turned movie star. So I went off the movie star.
Same thing.
It's not.
All right. So
my list is strictly people that was in movies.
It's probably the same list I got.
My list might be a little different than yours. But mine goes as follows. I went with Will Smith, Ludacris, Queen Latifah, Ice Cube, and y'all don't get mad at me, but I had to say it because he really is a rapper turned movie star. Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. And the title is cool if the title remains rapper turned movie star. I mean, it's all the same thing to me. I just wanted to clarify that for you. I have rappers turned movie stars. Will Smith, Ice Cube, LL Cool J. That's 3.
That's 3.
Queen Latifah.
That's 4.
And Tupac.
Okay. That's a good one. So you still did you still did all movie stars?
It's the same. You're a rapper turn
That's get
actor.
me saying, well, nah, because Joey Badass did do a movie.
I
But
mean,
some of them only did TV, so that's why I was like, some
who?
some people only did TV.
I don't know who you're talking about. They usually do movies, and I mean,
I'll look into it more, but some people only did TV.
yeah. Sure, you look into that.
I think those are both strong lists. I almost put LL Cool J on mine. LL almost made my cut, but I had to replace him with Ludacris. When I thought about it, I was like, "Dang, dude, you can't deny the Fast and Furious, that Fast and Furious series."
To each their own. That's what I'll say to that one. To each their own, because NCIS. That's what put LL Cool J over the top for me. I mean, amongst all the other joints he's done.
That's a show. Because if that's the case, I put Ice-T on there.
I mean, he did In Too Deep. Pause. He did the Shark flick. LL Cool J. He did mad flicks.
Which one was the shark one? Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did a couple movies. He did the joint. He did the joint with Gabrielle Union, Deliver Us from Eva.
He did. I mean, he played himself in that, but Crush Groove.
Crush Groove. He was in there. That was early days. Yeah. Okay.
He's official LL. You know, he had a show also.
50 Cent ain't make my list. I would have put 50 on there.
Yeah, he just didn't. Honorable mention is Ice-T.
Ice-T.
For some reason, the Lady of Rage. I keep thinking about Friday. Also,
Lady of Rage. Yup. Baby D.
DMX.
She about to play Miss Cleo. Oh yeah, DMX for sure. Damn, DMX had a few joints.
So,
Belly. The joint with Aaliyah and Jet Li.
Yeah, man. Well, once again, we like to let the people decide.
Yeah, let us know who y'all's favorite rapper turn actor turn movie star is. That was just our top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, Suge. You know what time it is.
What time is it, Hawk?
As we wrap up this Henny and Coke. Oh, I almost said the wrong name, bro. As we wrap up this OG's Not Old Head podcast, I still got to get used to it. As we wrap up the podcast, man, I gotta hit you with that dad joke. I'm hoping the power of that hat that you have on right now, it helps you out with this one. Okay?
Okay.
I don't think you're ready, bro.
What you mean?
I don't think you're ready. But we're gonna try this anyway, okay? You ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ready.
All right. Nah, this one shouldn't be very difficult for you. How do rappers fix things?
How do rappers fix things? Sheesh. Rappers fix things with wrapping paper.
No. Do you want to give it another try?
How do rappers fix things? They turn the tables.
No.
Sheesh.
You're
Okay.
terribly wrong. You ready for the answer?
Sure.
Rappers fix things with mixtape. With mixtape.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mixtape.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, it's making more sense now. I guess that's why I was trying to say wrapping paper. That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah, you was getting warm.
Something like that. Or they turn the tables. That's a great answer. They turn the tables.
Maybe a DJ.
Well, I'm gonna start my own dad jokes off that one.
Nah, you just wrong. You're
They're
not
gonna be
doing
hip. They're gonna be hip hop dad jokes.
it. Yeah, man, that's a wrap for the OGs Not Old Heads podcast. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at OGs Not Old Heads. Suge, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's at Shug Hill, SHUG_HILL.
I like that. I like that. I like that. And you can follow your man Octane everywhere at OKTANE. Put an underscore on wherever you at, and I should pop up. I'll probably pop up before the underscore. But thank y'all for listening. Make sure y'all follow us everywhere. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. On the YouTube, the link is going to be in our bio everywhere. So you know what I'm saying. Always show love,
Like,
show love back. What's up?
oh, I was gonna try to do my drop. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's what I'll be hearing everybody on YouTube say. And that's the lane I'm about to take a dive in anyway. So as far as content and all that goes, like, comment, and subscribe.
Make sure y'all do that, man. And as in closing, like we always say, as we depart on this thing, peace.
Peace.
Ah.